All right, folks, this is John Clement, aka the boss, with another Bayou BBQ monthly update. So this is for the month of June 2023. A lot of great stuff happened, so I'm going to go through it as orderly as possible and just kind of expound on the things that happened. But to start off, June was the best sales month so far in the history of Bayou BBQ. We did over 13,000 gross sales, so that was really good for us. Hired a couple of new employees because the other ones are gone. So Emma has actually been working with us now for a whole month. So that is really good for me. That's the longest employee I've had so far for one whole month. And then I hired another lady named Lacey. So she's in the process right now being trained and modified and molded into a Bayou BBQ beast employee. So the food truck rally started last month. So every Thursday from about 6 o'clock till about 9 o'clock, we're out there by the library and selling food. That is a very good event for us. Once again, for us, $75 an hour averaging is a slow day. 100 is a regular day. Anything over 100 is a really good day. Remember, that's per hour. So that's how I kind of count it after I've been, the running numbers. We did another event called the Rock Rally. It was Friday and Saturday. A bunch of people who drive Jeeps, they went on some trails and stuff. But on that Friday, it was a bunch of other food trucks and a load of people there at the downtown auto group here in Vernal. And we killed it. We did very great. We had so much in tips that Emma, when she got her first check, she said she had never made that much ever in her life. And that was just that wasn't even a 15-day check. That was a 14-day check that we didn't even get her 20 hours during that time. So that Rock Rally was Friday and Saturday. Saturday up at a different location for the same event, just the drivers came out. So it wasn't a big crowd turnout like it was in the city for the first one at the downtown auto group. So I noted that to self, that I can go that first day, knock it out. Second day is not really necessary. But even on the second day, we did pretty good, because once again, we don't need big numbers like some of these other trucks that it costs them $200 or $300 just to set up. It doesn't cost me that much to set up. So had a couple of good catering gigs also happen this month in June. I had one on the 11th, one on the 18th, and one on the 20th. So big month for catering. So I got some big numbers because of those catering jobs. So once again, that's why I know catering plus everyday vending for me is the best way to go. The events are good for one-hitter quitters, but it puts a lot of stress on me that I've seen to be able to have enough food, have enough employees, because that's one of my weaknesses. Now I got a couple of folks working, and it helps out a little bit, but I can't do events with just me and one other person. It just doesn't work out. We need more people doing bigger events. Smaller events, we can do those with sometimes one person, still make a killing. I went to Louisiana, picked up some good sauces and some seasonings from down there. We had also a vendors meeting. So I met with a few other local Louisiana vendors, and we talked about a lot of stuff. And so it was really good. Got to connect with some folks, see some other people, see what they do. Cisco orders are doing really good. Get them every Thursday right now, but I also can do emergency order, which I'm actually going to do today because I need more stuff for the 4th of July. So I made one order for Thursday, and the one's coming up I'm having on Monday right before the 4th. So I have enough food to sell to the folks. Right, let me see. The Dino Gravel Grinder. That was another small event we did where the event planner actually gave us $500 in advance, because I told her if we're going to go sit out there with no guarantee of money, I can go out to my local spot and make $500 in the same amount of time. So at least pay me that, and then anything over will square up. Well, what happened was a lot of people, they got a $5 coupon to use. From us, that was just a basic hot dog, but they could upgrade their hot dog, and that's what most of them did. So we ended up making another almost $400 on top of the $500 they gave us for those 3 hours of sitting out there. So it was really good. That was the Dino Gravel Grinder. It was bike races through the mountains area. I also created an opportunity with the softball league they have here. Right now the men's are going on, then the ladies, and there's gonna be a co-ed. But it's started in the second week in June, all the way till October, every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night. So that's guaranteed. I mean, I was the only person who asked them. So at first I was the only vendor, but then another vendor, kind of friend of mine, kind of bogarted on it and jumped in, and they didn't know it wasn't me. So when I finally came back, I told the guy, hey, there's no room for both of us here. But instead of being a dick and telling him he needs to leave, I just said, let us split the days. You do Monday and Wednesday to this week, I'll do Monday and Wednesday next week, and the other person does the Tuesday. So that's what I did instead of being a dick. So that was another thing that happened. Did the UB Tech concert. Instead of going to the actual races, because I was promised to be one of a few people at the races, but once again, those folks not talking to each other, and they end up having a lot more vendors than they need. Technically, the number of vendors, food vendors they need, is about 3 at the most. Then each one of the vendors can make a good significant amount of money, and that's what those event planners don't understand. They just want to have a bunch of food for the people. The people are always happy, but if the vendors are not happy, they won't come back. Then you won't have that variety of food. Then the people won't be happy. So it's a good balance they need to maintain. Also, the wind's been killing. It destroyed 2 umbrellas and a tent already. So I got 2 more tents that just came in. Wind's been horrible, gusting up to 20 miles an hour plus, and it stomped the shite out of my tent and some umbrellas. My last day at the TSA was Wednesday of last week. So I'm finished with TSA now. I have a lot more time to devote to the food business plus resting, because basically over the last 4 months almost, since March, April, May, June, yeah, I've been working almost 6 days a week, 6 to 7 days a week. So now I'll be able to have a break in between will help me out. And I got my second cart assembled and mounted onto the utility trailer. So I'm going to try to utilize that for the 4th of July, where we're going to do 2 locations. I'll have 2 people set up here locally, and I'll go to a smaller one by myself and take care of that. So that's June right now. As I said, we had a great month in June. Looking for another great month in July with these events happening. It's crazy around here, and Bayou BBQ still going strong, and I'll catch you on the next one.